Right now, I'm walking outside the train station at Essen, and before I leave, I wanted to go over the highlights from my trip. So there are a few things that really stand out. Probably the most important, the most significant characteristic of my trip has been the people that I've encountered while I've been here. Now, the way that I was able to meet so many Asian designers was because of a connection that I made on the first night at Essen. On Thursday night, I met a group of Thai guys that were playing games in my hotel lobby, and I brought out Twin Palms. So Twin Palms is a game that was sent to me by the game's designer, Christy B. It is a trick-taking game, and we had a lot of fun with it. The people you see in the video are Keng and Kon. They are Thai YouTubers. They do all of their videos in Thai. And they introduced me to a designer whose name is Daryl Cho. Daryl Cho, I went by his booth and gave this game a try, Rainforest City. I've got to say, this game is one of the best surprises about Essen. This is a really excellent tile placing game. I think it's appropriate to call it that. And I will certainly be making a fully featured review about what this game is all about. Excellent game for families. I was very impressed when I played this. I told him so. Now, Daryl from a company called Origami also works with a company called WePlay. And this game, called Stack Me, is designed by someone named Songsit, who I also had the chance to meet. He makes several party games that are not for families, and of course I was really here to find family board games. This one is a pretty cute little game. I'll probably talk about this in another video. It's like a speed game where everyone's trying to stack tiles that have the letters of the alphabet on them. I wonder if I can get any out. There we go. Little book. Okay, so you've got letters. You're trying to play them as fast as you can on a table that is full of cards that all have letters of the alphabet, and you have to play the letters in sequence. It looks like a baby game, but it's actually pretty fun game for all ages, really. I really liked that, but Songsit was very friendly and very eager to help me out. I did pick up a couple other games from Wisebox, by the way, but he introduced me, and this one was based in Thailand, and he introduced me to some designers from Taiwan. So the designer of this game is named Chen Shi, and the designer of this game is named Dre, and they have an artist named Yao Wen, and they make the most gorgeous games I've ever seen. These are the cards from Wonderland Chapter 13, and you can see the artwork on these is beautiful. And this one, Vita Morse, this was Dre's game. He wrote the story for this. Yao Wen inscribed it for me. She drew a little picture on the inside. It's like this excellent kind of like stained glass artwork. Now, this game is a social deduction game. It's a little bit more complex, but what I liked about it is it's a social deduction game that plays with as few as 3 players. This is a card game, and it's pretty difficult to summarize. You are basically unlocking. This is metal. Isn't this gorgeous? Dre designs these pieces. This one is from Vita Morse. Anyway, as I was saying, this is pretty difficult to summarize, but you're using keys to unlock doors, which reveals cards, and then those cards are collected to score points at the end of the game. But I gotta say, I'm impressed both with the mechanics, and these are just real pieces of artwork, just in and of themselves. And I was very happy to be able to hang out with those people. The coins from Vita Morse, all metal. But it didn't stop there. Walking through the convention, I got to meet with other people, and this production company, Gate on Games. It's an Italian company that I'd never heard of before. Working on the booth that day was the designer of this game, Christian, and this is a deduction game where players are trying to disarm a bomb. And what's really cool about this, it's got like the shield behind which one player conceals information. And even though there's a person who knows where the bomb is, they have an active role in helping the other players because they are playing cards in order to give the players more hints. So everyone's on the same team here, which I really enjoyed. This same company also makes a really excellent hidden movement game called Goryeo. I think this is going to be a huge hit with my youngest. I'll be sure to be talking about both games later on. Now, aside from people that I met while participating at the convention, I also had a chance to connect with a designer before the convention through email, again, through my YouTube channel. And the guy that I met, his name is Tomas. And what Tomas wanted to share with me, I'm so honored to receive. He actually sent me one of 9 prototype copies of a game that will have a Gamefound fundraising campaign next year. That game is called Stratera. So this is Stratera. It's an asymmetrical game, double asymmetric game actually. There are 2 gods and there are 2 citizens called Stratterans in the game's story. And they have completely different objectives, gods and Stratterans. And then the gods themselves have different objectives, as well as the Stratterans. They have different objectives as well. Now, this probably looks a lot like the game Root. And if it does, it's because there are a lot of things going on in here that kind of echo what Root is doing, but it is also very much its own game. When I met with the designers at Essen Spiel on the conference floor, I got to meet both of them, both Philippe and Tomas, from Czech Republic and from a company called Fat Board Games. And I got to talk about their inspiration for this game. And in the words of Philippe, the thing that sets this game apart is really the stories. There are actually different scenarios that you can play in this game, and there are different mechanics and different game components that really make the game pop. You're going to see in the video that there is this enormous scale, and that scale isn't just a decoration. In fact, in their own words, they said they didn't want to make just another Everdell tree, but they wanted something that was a core to the story and a core to the gameplay. So I got a chance to try it out. I'm very impressed with it. And at this point, the only thing the developers are trying to do is get people to sign up on their Gamefound page. So if you'd like more information about Strattera, go ahead and check out the link in the description, sign up for the Gamefound campaign, and you'll be receiving more details in the near future. But I will say that this is a game that was shared with me. I was not being paid to promote it at all, but I am very much impressed with it. And I personally am excited to be able to help promote this cool game, Strattera. Now, the last game I'm very excited to finally get my hands on isn't a game that I found out about at the convention. It's a game that one of my viewers recommended, and it's been very difficult to find. But this was from Mr. Flipside666, and I finally got a copy of The Wandering Towers, or that's the English title for the game. And in this game, you are moving wizards around a track and towers around a track. And when a tower lands on top of a wizard, that wizard gets stuck. But it's a lot of fun. My brother and I played it together. We liked it so much. He bought a copy for his 3 boys, and I bought my own copy. I'm definitely looking forward to playing it with my kids when I get home, and it is certainly a game that I will be talking about in the very near future. But thank you very much for the recommendation. So that's it for the highlights. Now, there are many more games that I picked up. Some of those I still have to read the rule books for, so verdict is still out on whether or not I think those are real gems or not. But I will say that the human element of just meeting these people, of talking to them about their games, even playing their games with them, really stands out. I'm definitely going to be very excited to play these with my kids when I get home. And I go home tomorrow. So, thank you so much for following along with me on this trip. Go ahead and check out the link, go ahead and check out the description for links to all of the content to come. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.